So we listed our house. It's been a couple weeks since we last did a video. In that time, we listed our house. We accepted an offer within the first week, and as of Friday, last Friday, we closed on the house. So it moved very quickly, especially during this pandemic. It's been kind of crazy getting people into the house, having to Clorox every light switch, every doorknob, everything after people came to look at it. So that was fun. And getting all 4 kids and 2 dogs out of the house with it looking immaculate. So showing a house is not for the faint of heart when it comes to moving a family. But we were able to get rid of a lot of stuff. We sold like everything. And whatever we didn't sell, we threw into a storage unit, and we're still going through. But the house is officially sold. No longer own it. So 2 weeks after we accepted the offer, we moved into the RV.
In our campground RV
in our
site?
Yep, we moved the RV over to a campsite, which we plan on being at for semi-long term, not just a week. So we are at a monthly campsite, and got some good neighbors with lots of kids around and dog parks and stuff. So it's a pretty decent place to kind of hang out for the time being while we figure out what's next.
But our move was timed to give us 2 weeks to settle in here, make sure we don't have any big system issues or bed issues, as well as make sure we get everything out of the house with, 2 weeks before closing to finalize getting our stuff out, getting any last touch-ups, cleanup done in time for closing.
And making sure that there's no issues with the RV, making sure that all the tanks work properly, that the propane works, that the AC works, because welcome to Arizona, it's hot and it hasn't stopped running since we moved in. But we wanted to make sure that the RV was in a livable, good shape and everything worked. So
that went well. We got parked here. I think we did our tour video. That was our first day in. We got our electricity set up right away. We got our water system, so our sinks all worked properly the first day. That went really well. Our AC's been working awesome.
I cooked on the stove for the first time a couple days ago.
Oh yeah, it did take us close to a week to get the propane turned on and to get our black water systems working, hot water. Get used to using the toilet and then flushing the black tank and gray tanks out. That took us a couple of days to get used to, but I don't think we've had any sort of hiccups or system issues.
Knock on wood.
Yeah. So far, everything is working out very well. Thanks to YouTube for how-to videos, hints and tips. Make sure you do this system upgrade. Just anything that we've needed, we look up on YouTube how to do it, and that's been very helpful.
Also, thanks to Amazon. So as we've needed things like a new Blackwater hose and a water pressure gauge for the city water coming into the RV, and just all kinds of things. Amazon, we've just been able to order things real quick. Lots of people have recommended specific things, like Keep Your Daydream, recommended a specific...
They've got their Amazon shopping RV Essentials list that we've been referencing.
List, so good job on that. Keep Your Daydream, that was awesome. Life in the RV so far has been tight. The space that we have is very limited. So figuring out cooking and moving stuff around, you can't just put something somewhere. You have to put it away. Otherwise it's just going to get in the way. So it's been very interesting trying to acclimate to that. We also, this is going to be our first kind of full week in the RV, not having to go back to the house for any reason. Because last week we were making multiple trips, 40 miles each way, to the house, to the storage unit, helping family, it was quite a busy week last week. So this week will be our first kind of full week in the RV full time, not having to go anywhere, trying to get back in the homeschool swing of things, So that'll be, I was supposed to start that today, didn't, but that's okay. I have a plan.
It's Memorial Day week, so
yes.
we've got a little grace in the week.
Yep, and getting back into homeschool swing of things is also just allowing for some grace, because we've been kind of just off since we listed the house. So it's been a month and a half for our spring break. So we're going to get back into it and finish our school year up, I guess.
Push through summer a little bit, I think, right?
Yeah, it's hot, so we kind of just want to be inside in the cool air. It's hard to do school, or it's hard to do summer break in Arizona in the summer. We really want winter break to be longer because it's so nice here. So we tend to school a little bit more in the summer, and a little bit less in the winter. So my kind of plan was just to slack off during this time and kind of pick it back up as summer approaches. So now we're here, time to get back to homeschooling. So Dave has been working full-time from home since COVID. His office is closed, so working full-time from home in the RV has also proven to be a little challenging. We luckily have internet set up to the RV from a local provider, so internet has been kind of gone flawless with the, or seamless with moving from the house to the RV. So that's been awesome.
It's been nice the last week or more with you leaving to go work on the house, because I've had 6 or more hours of like total and complete silence to do work, no interruptions. This week could be a little interesting, although it's a 3-day work week now. That'll give me a couple of days to probably create a new routine with everyone here. But you know, I've created a little bit of space in our bedroom.
Bedroom, it has a door, so it's like a bedroom.
For my laptop, and we'll play it from there.
Yeah. So luckily, kind of luckily, the state has kind of started to open up. We are still taking things a little more cautiously, so we will probably still wait a little bit before we start visiting splash pads and parks and libraries. But I'm looking forward to being able to get out of the RV and doing fun things outdoors for homeschooling as well, meeting up with our homeschool groups again, so that Dave can have his quiet time as well for meetings and things like that, conference calls, stuff like that. So hopefully we'll be able to get a little more peace and quiet here soon, with getting into a new routine. But kind of what's next is just finding our groove with living in the RV and working full-time in the RV. And
I think we've got some settling, some cleaning out. We brought a lot of stuff with us, so there's kind of like, do we have too much? Where are things going to go? That sort of reorganization and
mini purging here and there. Just taking random little loads to Goodwill.
Making sure that we're like good for the road. Once that's, you know, time, once it's time for that, what we're talking about is our tow rig roadworthy. You know, what are our next steps, I think, in general, right?
Yeah, so we originally had planned on heading out sometime in March. So we just got a lot to do between now and then. And we're still trying to figure out the logistics of everything and what our next steps are. But one big piece of the puzzle is completed. Sell the house. Check. Move into the RV. Check. So, yeah, that's a start. And now we just kind of gotta go onward to the next piece. So,
yeah. So
stay tuned.
That's it for now, and we'll keep you updated with you know, once we got a sort of a next step, and we have more progress or, you know, other updates to provide.
Thank you.
Bye.